finally, the moment all of you have been waiting for. Scoots at the track. Now, I gotta just kind of lay some groundwork out for you guys first. Number one is, if you're new here, this is the first time this car has been to the track since building it from scratch in my backyard. And second, this is the first time I've been to the track, ever. Everything else I've done has been on the street, where there really wasn't many rules. So it's a learning process, and we definitely encountered some bugs. But let's just get into the business. That's a rig there, Hoss.
Well, oh, what a feeling that burns down low when you ain't got nowhere to turn or nowhere to go. It makes me feel like sometimes I'm out of control. So I'm gonna get wasted with all my country heroes. I'm drinking some George Jones and a little bit of coke. Haggerty's in my misery, and Waylon's keeping me from home. Hank's giving me those high times, Cash is gonna sing it low, and I'm here getting wasted just like my country heroes. Yeah, I'm drinking that whiskey out of that glass. And if that ain't country, well, boys, you can kiss my ass. 'Cause I wanna hear them old songs, nothing of the new. 'Cause this might be the last time I'm gonna see you. So I'm drinking some George Jones and a little bit of coke. Haggerty's in my misery, Waylon's keeping me from home. Hank's giving me those high times, Cash is gonna sing it low, and I'm here getting wasted just like my country hero. Getting wasted with all my country heroes. I'm getting wasted with all my country heroes.
So if you were listening closely enough, you'd have noticed that it started to run really rough. Like it started kind of getting choppy and breaking up, and I stopped right there. In my mind, I'm thinking, all right, this is a cam sensor, this is a crank sensor, it's something stupid, but I gotta figure it out. This is my first pass, so I banged off the two-step. I've never had this issue arise with this setup so far. Just pussyfooting it around the block and whatnot and doing testing on the trailer. Never had this issue. And then it hit me. I never did the TPS Wizard auto reset in the haul. So as you just seen there, I gave it a little beans and it cleared up and went away. And then it would come back later on as I'm doing my burnout. I give it the beans, it clears up and goes away. It went away the whole pass after that. I lined back up and did it again and had the same problem. Eventually, I figured it out and realized I hadn't done the Holley Auto TPS reset. So I pull up into the lane. I don't even know what lane I'm supposed to go in. And I pull up into one and all of a sudden I'm the first one there and everybody's behind me. Now I got the lady waving me in and I haven't even adjusted my belts to like where they need to be, my harnesses. So I'm freaking the hell out and like the nerves are just kind of going crazy at this point. I'm like, what am I doing here? Ricky Bobby with my hands in the air, feeling like an idiot.
That's a big stinking turbocharger in the front of the car. One of the nice things when you don't have
Oh, here we go. I'm about to be the laughing stock of the internet, but you know what? I'm not scared to put the truth out there like most of these people, so I'm gonna show you how dumb I am. Check this out. So dude confused the hell out of me. I'm pulling up into the stage and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I know there's two staging lights. You got your pre and your staged, and then the lights come on. This dude, I thought I was staged in both, and then dude gave me the fingers, right? He's like, go. And so I'm like, all right, go, Bo, go. And that's what I did. In case you weren't still laughing about what I just did there, this will get a good laugh. So if you heard there, I hit the rev limiter. So this is our second problem we ran into, and it took me 2 passes to figure it out. What it was every set shift point, it might overshoot by 100, 300 RPM. You know, it shouldn't be 300 RPM, but it was, and that was hitting our limiter, our actual rev limiter. So it was hitting the rev limiter before the shift could actually be commanded, which would just get it stuck in like a loop of rev limiter loops. So we dialed back the shift points away from the rev limiter, and that solved that. So after making those adjustments and letting it cool off, we're going up for a second pass. Don't worry, there's more to laugh at. Thank Jesus I'm not the first in line, and also I learned from my mistakes. I don't care how hot it is in this car, I am staying strapped in here until I go. I ain't trying to fumble around and look like an idiot again, so that's what's going on right about now. Yeah, buddy, look at that. I got the wave and I'm moving in. Ain't no waiting on me fiddling with them belts and whatnot. We just up in there. Don't worry though, I have no clue what I'm doing here. Yep, just when I thought I was a pro, they tried to switch the script on me and change things up. Things were getting squirrely, cars are going backwards. Now I'm back in panic mode, don't know what the hell is going on. That's okay though, because I just kept my cool and acted like I knew what I was doing, pulled up and made a fool of myself. Check this out. Yep, that burnout was soft as baby doo-doo, but don't you worry, we don't have enough torque to even need to worry about that right now. Y'all ever seen a turbo car that's, you know, kind of on the lazy side of spooling? Light both bulbs? Yeah, it gets better. Check. Just watch. So I forgot to mention that whole rev limiter thing I hadn't figured out yet. I figured that out after this pass, but we hit the rev limiter again, and I said, not today, and we got back in it, and we ran a solid 12 something. So when I pulled up to the ticket booth there to get my ticket for that slow ass pass that really slow ass pass that I just did there. They told me check over your catch cans and your cars. The tech guys at the tree said that you had a drop, just a drop under the car. So just look over everything. And yeah, I do. My rear main seal's leaking. The rear cover came with the seal on it, pre-installed, and I installed it. But when you get that 50 weight in there and you're revving out to what I'm trying to rev out to, that oil pressure gets sky high and it might seep a little, you know what I'm saying? We get a little seepage here and there. So I get under there with the brake cleaner and, you know, paper towel and wipe it up every pass, and I never said anything after that. So that's just a new addition to this track life that we're going to be living, all right? Pass number 3. I'm a pro now, so I can't possibly mess anything else up. Well, that is incorrect. Y'all seen that there, right? That's called improvement. Do not ask me why I just backed up an entire light year. It gets so much better. If you can't beat them, you gotta cheat. And I don't know that that's what I was trying to do, but you know, that's what I did. You know, I gotta take my W's when I get them. That was pretty foul what just happened there, but it was actually, honestly, all on accident. Street life, red lit by 173 of a second. And yeah, I actually ran a 1082 here, but I will admit, we're gonna go to the in-cab view now. I actually lifted wicked early because I about myself. This is the first time I've had this car on a track narrow. I'm not used to cars being so low. Everything feels a million times faster. I lifted wicked early. Our final pass out with Scoots, and this is where everything that's been going wrong kind of culminates, and I haven't really talked about the majority of the things that have been going wrong. One thing that's been going wrong is the heat creep with this tiny radiator. I cannot stay running in the lanes. The heat creeps up with the thermostat. I got a 185 thermostat. It still just creeps up. Don't matter if there's air flowing through it or not. The IATs, the intake temps, they're just stupid high because of where I have my turbo relative to where the radiator is blowing the hot air. Also, this guy backs up, does another pass, and my nerves are through the roof here because I just put the kitchen sink tune in it, basically to revert to wastegate only if you see 34 pounds of boost, and I'm adding 7 pounds of boost. So I've been running 20 pounds of boost. I want to run 27 pounds of boost. So that should have put me in the 9s here easily with a good pass. And I did multiple things that, you know, aren't the greatest. Like I left with my foot on the brake and through most of the pass, which in turn loads everything up. It made the boost crash into my boost safety at 34 PSI. So I set my 0 mark here, and this is where I fired up and we're waiting. This little blip here is the burnout, and then the point we actually start doing things where I first floor it to get on the trans brake is here, and that is at 217 seconds divided by 60, so 3.6 minutes. Not a big deal, right? Not a big deal. But in this unit over here, our coolant temp, so we got Coolant temp at 186 at the point we floor it to get on the chip here. So 187, something like that. So we're on the chip. And now it's maintaining 187 somehow. And we hit the chip here and we're waiting for that light to change. That light's kind of taking its sweet ass time. So if we mark 0 here, resume back in. Okay, that's our 0. So it took a good 6.5 seconds for me to let off because the light wasn't green yet, but we made 8 pounds of boost there, which is weird because something's not acting right. That should have been way higher because of how long I was on the chip. Coolant temp's just chilling. Fuel pressure's being normal right now, okay? And then the pass starts. So boost drops, interestingly enough, and quickly catches back up. AFR is looking good to target AFR. Coolant temp starting to rise. Do I have it? We're at 96 degrees on the manifold temp, which is not horrible. Okay. Let's see, where's our mile per hour? I need that to go based off of. Okay, so now we're in it. We're at 41 mile an hour. We're in first gear. 50 mile an hour first gear. We're at 27, our goal boost, 27, well, that's 27.9, but we're at our goal boost there, right? And our AFR is way off, we're at 14, okay? Fuel pressure is dropping significantly. Manifold temp is raising voltage, whatever, that ain't horrible. And ignition timing is at 7.7 degrees. That's lower than it should be, probably from the manifold temp or something. Okay. And then we go a little bit further and we're at 34.5 pounds of boost. So we smash into our safety there. And the AFR is at blow up lean. And fuel pressure is at 42, just hanging on for dear life. Coolant temp's 188. We're not hot yet. So manifold temp's not horrible yet. It's 114. Right here, it reverts to wastegate. So it stops going on with the boost. It's gonna shoot down. We just made our second gear shift. AFR is still blow up lean. Fuel pressure is still low. Manifold temp, not bad. So we'll go to the third gear shift, which was, let's see, 6,800 to 7,700 RPM. And I'm telling you, guys, I have this thing set to shift at 6,800 right now. So it's about 1,000 off. There's things going on that I can't explain. Like, I have to figure these things out. Don't know why it's doing all this. Anyways, and I have a fixed pressure in my transmission. Like, it's not variable, it's a fixed spring that came with my valve body, and the mods for it are fixed, so that it's really weird that this is happening. So the boost is coming on down. We're at 70 miles an hour. It just like short shifts, or it didn't short shift, it just kind of 6,800 there. It just kind of like banged up to 7,800 pretty much. And okay, anyways, so now we're in third. This is a 1-to-1 ratio. Coolant temps at 190, not horrible, we're all right. Manifold temps are starting to get pretty hot, so we keep on going. We're at almost 140 on the manifold temp. Now we're really hot. I noticed that the boost is running lower than what it should be running, where we're at what it was running. AFR somehow's okay again, I guess, because we're only running 17 pounds of boost. I don't know if a fuel pump took a crap or what's going on. Manifold temps are still on the rise. And timing looks still kind of low. So then we're at, let's just go to the end of the pass here, right about here. So this is right about when I went through the traps and lifted 128 mile an hour. AFR looks good. Coolant temp, not a problem. That's 196, so that's no big deal there. Manifold temp through the roof. Fuel pressure still low. Timing, yeah, whatever. I don't know what it's doing, but I want you guys to see something here. So if you look at this teal line, this is RPM. You see how smooth these transitions are, how they're smooth, and there's some jags here. All these jags, especially through this final push right here, I felt every bit of that and heard every bit of that. And like, yeah, something was going on there. I don't know if we're blowing a little boost into the, into the coolant system, and that's why it was breaking up like it was. But we got a fueling issue. We definitely have a manifold temp issue. The boost is going somewhere. We're missing about 3 pounds of it, 2 pounds of it. Going somewhere because we reverted to wastegate. Don't know where it's going. By the way, I don't know if I could check. That's what I want to know right now. Does that thing even work? Well, that's funny. I have it connected. That's a bummer it worked because I'd have got to see how long I was on the daggone brake pedal. All right, cool. Well, it doesn't work. Well, anyways, we had some problems going on here, okay? I got to figure it out. I got some things I got to do. I got to get this cooling on point. I need to move the turbo or get a bigger radiator and move the turbo, which is probably what I'm going to do, or go to methanol. It depends on the price. And I definitely am thinking hard about going to electronic cooling. That way, after a pass, when I'm done, I could, while it's parked and cooling off, I can run that electric pump and help cool it off faster, so I can get more passes in. Just hook up a battery charger while it's running. We have improvements to make. We have a baseline that we've set. We had problems. We still have problems we have to figure out. Next weekend, we're going to be diving in. If I got to pull the heads, we'll pull the heads and check things out. I don't know how I didn't melt things down because it pulled on the trailer and it wasn't fussing. It wasn't making noises. Sounded like it normally sounds. So I don't know how I got so lucky here. We'll just thank the Lord on that. But at the same time, we're not scared to improve things. We're not scared to show you that, and then we're not scared to show our faults either. So you improve and you improve until you hit your goal. That's all you can do. Out of everything, I'm incredibly happy with the car going straight. I did everything. I built this whole thing and lined it myself with a tape measure and a level, and I didn't have nothing fancy. And I'm just super happy and thankful that car went straight, because when I couldn't see anything, that's the fastest pass I've made in this car. Yeah, I might have looked kind of calm because I didn't say nothing. I didn't react. I just kind of drove it. But I don't know. It was terrifying. I couldn't see anything, and I knew there was a dude in front of me somewhere hitting the brakes. Yeah, I was worried. I wasn't worried about my car. I was worried I was going to run into the back of his car. But either way, super grateful. And if there's anything I can leave y'all off with is, we're just a bunch of guys out here, and I'm bummed I ran a 10.8. Some Honda boy would be ecstatic to run a 10.8. So I need to be grateful. All right, guys. Y'all enjoy. Have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one.